In Mathcad, you can use the solve block construct in order to perform an optimization, and that's finding the maximum or minimum of a function. Let's take a look at a very simple example. Here I am in a Mathcad worksheet. I've got a text block and a text box that explains my scenario. I'm going to use this worksheet to optimize an open-topped box so that it has the maximum volume for a given surface area. Let me jump over to Creo Parametric to show you what exactly this is. So again, very simple. I've got a box. It's got 3 dimensions, the length, the width, and the height, and I want to find the maximum volume for a given surface area. And before anyone starts squawking about the thickness being involved, well, I actually created the volume first and then used a negative shell feature. So these different dimensions are for the interior of the box. Okay, let's start off by creating our different variables. So first off, I'm going to create a variable for the surface area that's going to drive this. So I'm going to call this the target surface area. I like nice long variable names. And this is going to be equal to 2500. And for now, I'm going to leave this unitless. Later on, I can add units to this, but for the sake of this example, I don't need to use units. Let's then define our initial length. Let's say that is going to be a value of 15. And I'm just making up some different values. Next, the width, let's say that that's going to be 20 to start out with. And then we will do our height, and that's going to be equal to 25. Now I'm going to document my formulas. Let me put in a text block in here. I like to add a lot of documentation. So let's just put formulas in here. And then for my first formula, well, you can probably figure out the surface area in your head. So surface area is going to be the name of my function. And it's going to have 3 different variables. It'll have a length and a width and a height. And I'm just using LWH. I could use length, width, and height, but that's the name of my variables. These different inputs to the function, well, they're just used inside of the function. So anyhow, the surface area is going to be equal to, and we'll start out with the bottom of the box. That would be the length times the width. And then we'll add in the sides. And so 2 of the sides are going to be the same surface area. The other 2 are going to be the same surface area. So this is going to be 2 times the length times the height. And then for the other 2 sides, that'll be 2 times the width and the height. Okay, so that is good for my first function. Now for the volume, well, the volume function, again, you can probably figure that out. We'll have the same 3 inputs, the length, the width, and the height. This is going to be equal to, by the way, I'm using the definition operator for the variables and the functions. If you go to the operators, that is going to be this icon over here. And I always use the keyboard shortcut, and the keyboard shortcut is the colon key. So anyhow, let's go back. Let me just use it from here. I'll just click on this. The volume function is going to be equal to the length times the width times the height. And for times, I'm just using Shift 8 on the keyboard. Okay, so that is good for my variables and my functions. That's all I need to do in order to create my solve block. And so let's click on solve block, and this shows up in the worksheet, and you can see that there are 3 different areas in your solve block. They're going to be the guess values, the constraints, and then what you are going to solve for. And for the guess values, well, I don't need to do that in this particular situation. I already defined my length, width, and height with their initial values. So let's go to our constraints. And the constraints that we want to use is that the surface function is going to be equal to, and let me scroll back up for a second, this target surface area value. So let's type in that expression. So surface area underscore area, just making sure I'm getting my variable name right. And then the values that I'm going to pass to it are those variables, length, width, and height. And these are going to be equal to that target surface area. But when you are writing your constraint, it's not going to be the evaluation equal sign. It's not going to be the definition operator. When you're using your constraints, it's going to be the thick equals, the comparison equals to. And the keyboard shortcut for that is Control and the equal sign. But let's just use this one here to make sure that I am getting the right one. So this surface area is going to be equal to my variable target surface area. So that is good for my first one. Let me scroll down in here. And I'm going to hit the Enter key, and I'm going to add in a few more different constraints because this is something that you might have to do in other different situations. Sometimes you want to make sure that your variables are going to have a minimum value when your function is performed or optimized. So, for example, you might need to put length, and then I'm going to make that greater than 0. And let's add in a few more. Let's add in our width has to be greater than 0, and our height has to be greater than 0. And I'm putting them all on the same line, but you can put them on different lines if you want to. So that is good for our constraints. Now we're going to put in what we want to optimize. And I'm going to position my cursor over here. And if we want to optimize the length, width, and the height, we are going to pass them to our optimization using a vector, which is a matrix with one column. So let me go to Matrices and Tables tab, and then insert a matrix. And I'm going to make a 3x1 matrix because I have 3 different variables in here. So I'm going to put the length as the first element, and then the next one is going to be the width, and then the height. And then I'll use my cursor to adjust over to the right side of my matrix. And this is going to be equal to, and I'm going to use the definition operator in this case. So once again, the definition operator, if you go to the operators dropdown, that would be this one right over here. You could use the colon key shortcut. This is going to be equal to, and you're going to use the maximize function. And if you're not familiar with that function, well, we can go to functions over here. And then in the top, we have a bunch of different groups of functions. But if you want to, you could go to all functions. We can see the different ones in here. I'm just looking through some of the different categories. I'm trying to remember which group it is in. I can't remember which group it is in. I thought there was maybe one for optimization in here or something. But anyhow, if you can't remember, hey, just switch over to A to Z. And then if I'm trying to remember, hey, what's the function for maximizing something? I can try typing in some different values. And we can see, okay, here's a max function, and it's the largest value. Nope, that's not what I want. And then maximize, hey, okay, maximize is for the one that satisfies the constraints in a solve block and makes the function f take on its greatest value. So you can see that the values that you're going to pass the maximize function are going to be the name of the function first, and then the different variables. Oops, my little tooltip went away there for a moment. So anyhow, oh yeah, if you want more information about the maximize function, hey, just hit the F1 key. But anyhow, I'll just click on the maximize function, double click on it. And so conveniently, it just happens to have the right number of inputs that I need. If you needed more, you can just use a comma on the end to add in more additional variables that you want to pass to the maximize function. But anyhow, the function is going to be the volume. That's what I want to maximize. And then we're going to put in the name of our variables. And I just use the right arrow on the keyboard in order to move over. And that's going to be the length and the width and the height. Okay, so that is good. And I will click outside of here. And there were no errors reported, which means that it must have worked properly. Now we can evaluate the results. And as always, I like to put a lot of documentation in my worksheet. So let's do evaluate results. And then I'm going to evaluate my different variables. So let's see what the value of the length is going to be. Okay, 28.868. And now let's check the height. That's going to be equal to 14.434. Interesting, it is half the value of the length. And now let's check out the width. That's going to be equal to, okay, the length. The length and the width are the same, so we're basically getting a square at the bottom. And then it's going to be half of those two different dimensions of the bottom square. Interesting result. And if we want to, we could also verify what we got for the final volume. So volume is equal to, oops. That reminds me of something. If you want to see if a variable name is taken up, you can just type it in and hit the equal sign. Well, volume here is a function. I need to pass the different values to it. So let's do that. Volume as a function of the length, the width, and the height is equal to, and let's go to our math formatting, and I'm going to change that from general to decimal. And let's also change the number of decimal places. One is more than enough over here. And let's verify that the surface area was correct. Surface underscore area as a function of length, width, and height is equal to, and once again, let's change our formatting from the default general to decimal, 2500. So yep, it did get optimized to the exact value. So there you see it. That's how you can use a solve block in order to perform an optimization. Just to recap the key areas, you have your guess values, which you might not need to enter. And then you're going to have your function that you want to use with its inputs equal to whatever target that you want. And then you're going to use a matrix and the maximize function, and you're going to pass the function that you want to maximize and the variables to it. And that's how you can use the solve block for performing an optimization.